Joining us live in studio, Dr. Mark Hiatt, Executive Medical Director of Regence BlueCross BlueShield of Utah. And Doctor, let's talk a little bit this morning right off the bat about the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and their new guidelines about sodium. And what's the objective?
Well, Amanda, the objective is really to reduce the amount of salt in our diet. So much of what we consume is added by food manufacturers. So the FDA is encouraging these food manufacturers and restaurants to reduce the amount of sodium they add over the next decade.
Is there a lot of hidden sodium in foods that we probably aren't even aware of, right?
There is. About 70% of what we ingest, Brian, is actually added. We only have that 30% to choose from. So this really gives more power to the consumer.
In foods like what? I mean, is it in bread and in canned goods? I guess in all kinds of things.
I guess you find it everywhere.
You know, that chicken dinner you may have for lunch, it contains 2,300 milligrams of sodium, which is your whole day's worth just in one meal.
Before you ever pick up a shaker.
Yeah, before you even put more salt on top of it. Right. Let's switch to lighting now, because we're obviously talking about food here. How can lighting impact? Can it change maybe some of the foods that we're interested in or what we go for? How does lighting impact it?
Well, Brian, there was a recent study which demonstrated that dimly lit rooms actually induced diners to consume more calories and to make fewer healthful choices. So it's the brightness of the room that makes a difference. Now, these authors further speculated that it's not so much the brightness of the room, but rather the brightness of our minds.
Wow.
Which is affected by the brightness of the room.
Right. We tend to be more alert when we're in high light, when it's bright, and thus we tend to make better decisions about our health. We choose foods that are more healthful, we're more forward-thinking.
Interesting.
But before the time is gone, I want to get this last question in. Is there something many of us are missing from our diets that we should be eating more of?
Yes, Amanda. Vegetables. About 90% of us are failing to take the recommended 2.5 cups per day of vegetables. And you know, vegetables have amazing benefits, including the benefit of controlling our appetite and reducing our blood pressure.
So listen up, kids. It's not just kids, though. It's clearly adults, too. None of us are eating
your
enough
broccoli.
vegetables. Yeah.